The thing is, I feel like we have a responsibility to our audience, the people who listen to us, to explain to them what this actually is.
Hello, baddies and besties, and welcome back to
My Lash to Brain Cells.
I'm your host, Maddie Morris.
And I'm your host, Elliot Morris.
And we filmed an episode a couple days ago on our opinion on the newest, hottest courses going around that have master resale rights attached to them. And I have had such an overwhelmingly positive response privately and publicly, but we have had a few people that have had issue with us speculating and forming an opinion on these without ever taking them. So I don't have any interest in just speculating.
And you know what? I think they had a good point.
Absolutely.
I think they had a good point. So you know what? We took them. We took the courses. And now we are no longer going to speculate. We are going to tell you what is actually in them. We're not going to dox the information in the courses. Because I don't think that's cool, no matter who you are.
No.
Even if I think these courses have bad practices associated with them, we're not going to be like, hey, we took this course and here's everything in it. So
But we
not doing that.
We wanted to level the playing field, and we wanted to give these people a fair shot to explain,
Exactly.
why these courses.
we wanted to have a more solid opinion.
Absolutely. And so, not an opinion, not speculation. We took two of these. We took Digital Wealth Academy and Simply Passive, which are from, the original course creators, the people that made these.
Yep. And Digital Wealth Academy also is built off of Roadmap to Riches. So we took Roadmap to Riches too. We'll explain how these things work as we get into the episode.
And we made a presentation and a slideshow, and we're super excited to just give you guys the entirety of information because there is a lot of narrative being changed. Now people are saying, well, it's this and it's that and it's this. We never said that digital marketing is bad. We never said that the people that are selling these courses are bad people.
No,
and I
not
want
at
to
all.
make that very clear that they aren't bad people, but we have an issue with the master resale rights attached to these courses specifically. And I want to share an in-depth look at why. And so that is what we are here to share with you guys today, because I have no interest in having conflict. And if you guys know me personally, you know how much I hate conflict and
Hate it.
Guys, my heart rate has been through the roof.
If we loved conflict, we would have a drama channel.
Yes.
We don't have a
I have
drama
been so anxious the last few days because we've gotten, pushback from literally 2 people on that episode. But overwhelmingly, I have gotten hundreds of DMs from women that have taken these courses, and they have they've felt really scammed, and they have felt devastated that they bought into something that wasn't what they thought it was because of false advertising.
Yeah. And so one of the things that I've heard is don't call this a scam unless you have taken it and know what's in it. And so now that I've taken it and know what's in it, it is still a scam. It is still a scam. And I'm going to explain why, because there are very particular things that I think make it scammy and make it a scam and make me feel comfortable saying it's a scam. And it has nothing to do with a lot of what's currently being said.
Yeah. It's we have an opinion that is so outside of the narrative. It's not what people are talking about. And I want to keep us focused on the actual issue and not get distracted by anything else. And I'm only making this episode because we have built a platform on education, and we have built a platform on lifting up lash artists and giving them all the tools they need to be successful. And our audience, because they have been so hurt by these things, I want to speak on their behalf, and I want them to have a voice, and I want to be the voice for them because, they have been asking for refunds, and they have been, giving their thoughts and opinions, but they're not being heard, or they're too scared to speak out. And so I'm only doing this not because I want to be haha, you're wrong and I'm right. I have no interest in proving a point. I have no interest in conflict. This isn't.
And we have no interest in hurting people's businesses.
Absolutely
that is not the goal.
No, I genuinely want the people that are selling this stuff. I want them to understand where we're coming from, and maybe they can switch their marketing so that it benefits the people, their customers more.
Yeah, because I think there is, we'll get into it. Let's start the presentation.
Yes.
Okay, so.
Basically, peace and love.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Peace and love. Okay, so why we called MRR courses a scam? First, I think it is helpful to start with some definition so that we're all just on the same page. Pyramid scheme, illegal, Pyramid schemes are illegal, always have been. Pyramid schemes, Ponzi schemes, same sort of deal. It's a unsustainable investment pitch that relies on promising unrealistic returns from imaginary investments. And one of the key features of a pyramid scheme is that the people who get in early actually get those big returns, but which are supported by the people who get in later. But then eventually people stop joining and the pyramid collapses. And that's when everyone loses all their money, except for, a few people at the top. That's why people always say that like something's a pyramid scheme if the money ends up trickling up to the top and the people at the bottom don't get anything. MLM, which is legal, is similar in structure. And this is why a lot of people think MLMs are controversial. I think MLMs are controversial. I think there's a lot of bad MLMs, for sure. I think maybe some of them are good. Anyways. we have people we love who are in MLMs.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to continue to touch on throughout this that the people involved in this are not bad people.
No, not at all.
Nobody selling these things are like inherently bad or greedy or terrible people. No. We are going to be giving a more in-depth view on the actual issues at hand, but people that are in MLMs and people that are in...
They're not bad people.
They're not bad people, right?
Yes.
Everyone at the center of this has a very noble goal to I believe that everyone at the center of this has a noble goal, whether it is, to make extra income,
to provide for their families,
to get out from behind the bed, whatever it is,
more
power to them. It all has to come from a place of integrity and honesty.
Yes. So basically an MLM it's pyramid shaped, but a lot of companies are pyramid shaped. It's triangle shaped. Like every company you can think of, it's got a CEO at the top, it's got a bunch of people at the bottom. That's a triangle too. So that's not inherently bad. But an MLM, one of the big things that makes MLMs controversial or can make an MLM bad is when the focus on recruiting new members outshines the focus on selling the product. That's why MLMs are legal, is because they have products that they are selling, and an MLM is a method of selling those products.
If you took away the product, it would be a pyramid.
If you took away the product, it absolutely would be a pyramid scheme.
Because it would solely lie on recruitment.
Exactly.
Which most of them do. Yeah.
And so a lot of MLMs are like, oh, we have a product, and so we are not illegal. But then it's like, okay, we know the real way that everyone makes money is by recruiting new people in. And so then it starts to become like a pyramid scheme, and that's when I and a lot of people have a lot of issues with it. But if the focus is on the product and the MLM is just like a distribution method, and you're like, I think it's better if we distribute these products through like an unsalaried workforce, then that's fine. That's fine. So that's an MLM.
A scam.
A scam is a fraudulent or deceptive act or operation. That is from the dictionary. Fraudulent or deceptive act or operation. Let's just call it a deceptive act right now. Take out the beginning and end, or like a scam is something when you're doing something and it's deceptive. That's what a scam is. And often, in like common language, a scam is when you're like taking some money from someone in a deceptive way. And then straw man. I promise. This is the last definition.
But this really matters because this is what is happening.
This is what's happening
with the reels and the lives and the videos you're seeing on Instagram of the people that are involved in MRR courses. They are changing the narrative.
Yeah. So
without listening to our podcast.
A straw man is a fallacy. A fallacy is like a bad argument, like a argument that has no grounds. It's a fallacy that it's the fallacy of refuting an argument different from the one actually under discussion while not recognizing or acknowledging the distinction. So that is basically when, if someone is making an argument to you and they're saying, hey, I don't think you should do this because of this. And then you say, well, they just don't like this thing over here. And so their argument's dumb. It's when you're setting up an argument that's not related to what I actually said, and you're knocking down this fake argument, and you're like, see, I won because I knocked down this fake argument, but I'm like, that wasn't my argument in the beginning. So I think there are a lot of straw mans going around right now. So our issues, and so to combat the straw mans, I want to point out our issues with MRR courses. These are our issues. Nothing else is an issue. Like, there are not other issues. All of our issues with these courses are outlined on this page. And so anything else you want to talk about, that's not what I'm talking about. That's not why I'm calling it a scam. I'm calling it a scam, and I'm saying it's bad because of these 5 things. So,
and the number one thing is unethical advertising. You should not make an ad saying, stop learning lashes, sell this course instead, and make $10K a week like I do.
This is like we paraphrased, but this is the message that many of the ads that we have seen.
By ads, we mean reels.
Reels, yeah. I mean, they're reels advertising their course.
Right.
But this is the message that we have seen over and over and over again. And so if you want to say, oh, well, my language was different, I want you to really be honest. If you're like the audience seeing these, or if you're a person making these, I want you to be honest and say, okay, what message is this communicating? Is this communicating that is this communicating that this person has an opportunity to not make a course, not lash, and make 10K a week just by copying their methods? If that is the message, I think that is unethical advertising. I think that is not a good way to advertise. You can advertise things by selling a dream outcome. You can advertise things by telling people, hey, if you take these steps, this is the outcome that you can expect. However, if you are selling a dream in the sense of saying, look at my life, isn't my life so great? Buy this thing and you can be just like me, that is not good. And there is a distinction there, and we'll flesh it out later, but I think it is very important you can sell results, you can sell the end state that someone can expect to be in after buying your product, but you cannot sell a lie. You cannot sell a lifestyle or sell a dream that is unlikely of happening for your customer. And that is our issue.
I have such a deep issue with this because I have actually had a personal story with this.
Mm-hmm.
I do all my own marketing and we do all of our own marketing. We've been figuring it out over the years. And one time we hired a marketing agency to make some of our ads to sell our lash courses. And this marketing agency...
Because I was tired, you guys. I was tired of doing it all myself. I wanted help.
And so I made my ads that were like, hey, this is how to teach you all these new methods of lashing. You know, these are the results you can expect. These are the results my students are getting. You know, this is kind of where my work was before. And then I learned all these things and this is where I am now. And the copy that they made for the ad said guaranteed 6-figure income by taking this. And I had such an issue, guys. I was crying. I was crying, you guys. I had such an anxiety attack. I said, take that down right now.
Yeah.
We lost $10,000 on this marketing company because I was so torn up about them putting...
Okay, you guys, before you think, wow, Elliot's so dumb, he lost so much money on this marketing company, I had a guarantee, and I got almost all of the money back.
Yes,
so,
but I'm saying like...
But it did waste a ton of time.
Yes.
We ran these ads that were terrible for like a couple weeks.
I have such an issue with this because even like someone was able to put that on my thing and I had such a problem with it. So I really have an issue with people selling.
Well, and here's the thing too, it's easier to sell things by saying that. If you say, buy this thing, make 10K a week, like... you're going to get sales, but you're also being deceptive and like that's not good.
And people aren't going to trust you in the long run.
And so it was harder for us to figure out how to make ads that convert and do well and how to inform people about our product in a very in a way that makes them want to buy it without, using
a monetary guarantee.
Yeah, without using any deceptive advertising practice.
The second thing is deceptive advertising. One of our biggest issue with MRR courses is that most customers are not aware that the course being sold to them was not created by the person advertising it. So many of my DMs are saying, I purchased this course and I was floored when I got into the course and there was a man teaching me how to do these things. And I really looked up to the creator that sold it to me. I was expecting it to be her teaching me this course and I felt like I got something that I didn't sign up for.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And a lot of the copy around like on the funnel pages and sales pages for selling these courses, it will mention that this is an MRR course, that they'll say it's like, this is DWA, this is roadmap, this is simply passive, but, and that kind of, I think a lot of the creators think that gives them, or the people selling these courses, thinks that gives them like cover. And they're like, well, I told people that this was this course. But I don't think it's unreasonable for me to say that because 99% of the population doesn't know what MRR courses are, we didn't have any idea
didn't know what they were.
This thing was
That's why it
until
sounds like in the last episode
4
we were
days
speculating because
we just found out about it.
Like,
we were speculating.
I just found out about it and I woke up and I was like, we need to film this episode. I had no idea how deep this thing actually goes.
Yes, and most people, because because this is a brand new concept to the majority of people, you as the seller of this course need to be crystal clear on what it is. Because if you say, oh yeah, this is how I make 7K a week, buy this course, MRR, DWA, and then your customers see this, they're going to read the first part, they're going to be like, well, I don't know what those acronyms are, and I don't know what roadmap is, but I'm going to buy this because she said this is how she makes 7K a week.
I want a Lamborghini, so I'm going to buy it.
And I want her to teach me how she did it. Yeah. And customers do not understand, and customers...
You have to assume that they don't understand.
Well, and I don't think that's unreasonable
No.
for a customer to not understand that this is some brand new concept that they've never experienced before based on a couple buzzwords that you include in the copy.
Yes, master resale rights, courses that contain master resale rights attached to them, I know that they're not a new thing. I know that they've been around for a long time. They're like nothing new to the internet, but they are something fairly new to the lash industry.
Yeah.
And this is a lash industry specific podcast. And so by selling these things to beauty professionals and lash artists, or anyone for that matter, you need to be very clear on what they are and who is teaching them.
Well, and the thing is too, it's like so many people have told us directly that they did not understand that when they bought the course. Like, so many people. So it's not like me just speculating saying like, oh, like people aren't going to understand. It's like, no, so many people buy this course and they don't understand that it's not a course made by the person selling it.
When I've been getting DMs of people like crying to me about their poor experiences buying from these people, I asked them very specifically, what was the issue that you had? And deceptive advertising is the number one thing that they have. So I'm not just telling you my issues, it's the issues that people have brought to our attention.
Yeah.
And number 3, because they are all resold under different names, customers mistakenly buy the same course multiple times from different resellers. And this one is so sad.
This is an inherent issue with the MRR concept. Like, you cannot sell an MRR course and this not be an issue. Like, you could sell an MRR course and not use unethical advertising or deceptive advertising. Like, you could honestly talk about what it is, but you cannot get away from the fact, if you're selling an MRR course, that this is going to happen.
And my goal, we will have done this podcast, like, I will feel like we have done our jobs if after we put this out, if the people selling this change their marketing.
Yeah.
If they change their marketing...
But the thing is, they already have.
They already have.
So here's the thing. I think this is an absolute win.
I do too, because the people that are at the top of the lash industry selling this, they've already, the moment we changed
Once we called it out.
First, they called us ignorant haters, which hurt my feelings. But second of all,
it's going to happen.
I'm sensitive, you guys.
It's going to happen.
One thing about me, I am not a hater. I am a lover girl through and through. I will find anything to love about you, even if there was a million things.
The thing is, we messed with their thing they had going on.
I understand
so of
that.
course
We messed with their thing. That's perfectly fine. We don't have to like have a slumber party and paint each other's nails.
It's okay.
But I want the best for them, and their marketing has already changed, and I'm happy about that because people are already going to be better informed about what they're selling. So I feel like we've done our job.
Absolutely.
Right?
No, absolutely. I don't think we needed to make a follow-up episode, really, because I think we accomplished our goal with the first one.
But I want to be very clear that I don't want to be even thought of as ignorant to anything because I do a lot of... We are so excited to do a deep dive on this, and I love doing deep dives on things. I don't want to be ignorant about anything. One thing about me is I love to research. I love to know as much as I possibly can, and I genuinely just want the best for the people in this industry, the people selling it, the people buying it. I want the best for everyone in this industry, even if that ruffles one or two feathers, right? And
I also just think it's so fascinating.
This
was something I had no idea about, and now, guys, I know so much
because
about
we're in the
courses.
digital space, the digital marketing space. This is interesting.
When there's a brand new thing, I'm like, what are they doing?
We want to learn it. We're going to make a PowerPoint for 4 days.
We're going to make a
about
PowerPoint.
it.
So this third thing, the customers mistakenly buying the same course multiple times, this isn't like some theory we have. This isn't some idea where oh, this could happen. Multiple people have reached out to us and said, I bought the same course, sold by totally different people in totally different niches, marketed as different things, and I bought these 2 different courses and then received the same course.
With no refunds for any of them.
And that's the other issue, is that when any of these girls reach out to the last person they buy the course from, they're like, hey, I already own this course. No refunds. No refunds at all.
All sales are final.
All sales are final. And that's also a common trait that we've seen with just about everyone.
I had a woman message me and she said, Maddie, I'm a single mom and I am a brow artist. And oh my gosh, this makes you want to cry. She said, I spent my last $497 buying this course, and it didn't work for me because it was too complicated for her, and she didn't have the time to hire someone to do the things in the course. Like she would have to outsource everything in there because even though to most people, or to a lot of people, it's pretty user friendly and easy to understand. She was like, I don't understand this. I don't get this.
Well, and that's part of the problem with the advertising is like, you need to communicate what the people taking the course need to do.
There was another creator that was like, this is so easy. Anyone can understand this, like different marketing. She bought it, same course. She's inside. Now she's at $1,000.
Yeah.
Guys, she bought it 3 times.
Bought the same course 3 times.
3 times. And she was like, I have begged for refunds. I am so devastated by this. There's nothing my bank can do. Like, I mistakenly purchased 3 identical classes by the same person because they were sold without my knowledge, like knowing that they were different. And then I've had lash and brow artists be like, I took the same lash and brow courses from different people without knowing. No refunds.
And so that's the other reason that like we really do want to do this. We really did want to do this follow-up episode because I think the more MRR gains traction, like forgetting about these specific courses, I think MRR becoming more popular is a bad thing for everyone. I think it's because MRR encourages running your business without doing any value creation. And in our space, in like the service space, the beauty space, in like the education space, I don't know if I would go so far to say it's unethical or it's wrong or it should be illegal. It definitely shouldn't be illegal, right?
Yeah.
But it is not good and it is not sustainable to continue selling courses and to encourage the selling of things without adding any value. And so just reselling digital education products, I don't think is a good idea.
Our 4th issue with this is not a sustainable business model and encourages a make all you can and then move on to the next move business philosophy.
So this is kind of like what I was just saying. Like this model encourages people to be one of the first people to bring a new MRR course into an industry. That's why you see the first couple people who are advertising these digital marketing courses in our industry are doing really well. They make thousands of dollars a week. They're making a lot of sales. They have a lot of people buying this course. But then if you're not one of the first couple to bring it into a new, fresh market,
or you have a gigantic following.
Or, unless you already have a really big following that you've already built up authority and credibility with, it's going to be extremely hard for you to succeed at all, or if you do succeed, to continue succeeding for any meaningful period of time. Even the people who are first to bring this into a new industry, warning, this is some speculation, I give this 3-4 more months, and then no one's going to be making any more sales of this.
In the lash industry
because the DWA specifically, I was like looking into it. It really started in September of last year. So we're September, October, November, December. We're 4 months in, and it's already run through a ton of communities. Yeah. We see a lot of people and
we're in the Facebook communities now. Yeah. We're in everything.
We know it all now.
We know exactly.
More speculation.
We know exactly how many members are in this, who is at the top. We know the names of the course creators. We know their backgrounds. We have all the information on how these work.
And what happens over and over and over again, this is like the formula that the MRR courses follow, is the original creator will make it, they'll sell some. Then the first few people to buy it who really take it on, maybe they already have followings, maybe they decide they want to bring it into a new industry, they bring it into their industry and they sell a bunch of courses for, a couple weeks to a couple months, and then all the people who buy the courses from them, some percentage of them, call it 30% of them, start reselling the course, and then that fills the entire industry extremely, extremely quick. Like, we are the only people who sell our courses. And we can see when we start saturating the lash industry with our advertising and with our courses. And it is the lash industry specifically, because, that's what we care about is our lash girls. Our audience is lash artists.
We care about girls. You. We love the girls.
The lash industry, especially online, is not that big.
No.
And so specifically for our industry, this MRR thing, it's gonna saturate the entire industry in a month or two, and then that's why I'm saying 3-4 months max. it's going to be done.
Trickle out.
There's no more money to be made there because everyone will have sold it to everyone, and then everyone will be so tired of this that no one's buying it anymore. And then this is why this is my issue. Then you have to figure out what your next hustle is going to be for the next 3-4 months. And that's not sustainable. That's something that no one wants to do. Like Warren Buffett has this really good quote that I like where he says, you should run your business as if it is the only income that you and your family will ever have, and you cannot sell the business or move on from the business for the next 100 years. And that is how Warren Buffett is one of, if not the greatest investor of all time. He's great. Look him up if you haven't heard of him. Warren Buffett, OG, goated, incredible businessman. His philosophy is that if you are running a business, you should be running it for the long term. And I agree with that. I think if you are running a business, you should be building something that is going to last for years and years and years. Partially because I just don't want to go through the stress of having to build a new thing every 6 months. Like with Lightheart, for example, we are attempting to build a business that can keep growing for the next 50 years, 100 years. I think that is, maybe we don't succeed, but that is our goal.
I would like after we die, if someone goes to a salon and they hear lashes, they think Lightheart.
Absolutely. We're not there yet, obviously, but my goal is that one day we get there.
I want my kids to inherit Lightheart.
Exactly. Exactly. And I think that mindset has helped us get the success that we have so far.
And it will be harder, and we will have we will have months where we don't make a lot. We will have months where we make more. And our biggest issue, the final thing, with courses with master resale rights attached to them, I don't even want to call them MRR courses. I want to call them courses with master resale rights attached to them. As this business model spreads throughout the small lash industry, people will begin to sell lash courses without the expertise to back them up. And this hurts customers, the students, and the educator's reputation long term. And I've seen this happen already because my DMs are flooded with sad stories of people that took lash courses from someone that didn't make them, and then when they have that ongoing support and they ask those questions, the educators don't have answers because they just got the info from someone else. They put their branding on it, right? And so, of course, I believe there can be positives with maybe buying a template for something, but I don't think that's something as important as technical lash education should be something that you buy a pre-made course for. I really think that you should have that organic expertise that you've built over years and years and years, of being an artist to back you up it's so important.
Absolutely. And I think Canva is like all the templates you need. If you start going above what you can get off of Canva, then I think you're going a little too far. Like you can use maybe if you want to figure out, if you want help figuring out what's an effective framework for my course? What's a good way to organize my course so that the information that I have, not the information I'm getting from somewhere else, but the information that I have learned and that I know is to be the case from my experience, what is the best way to communicate that? I think that is good. But thing is, you can get that from ChatGPT. You can get that from anywhere you want.
The way that I built my original lash course when I first launched it, it was I launched a beginner's classic fundamentals training and I launched an advanced mega volume training. And one of the ways that I was able to lay out my glossary without getting, buying someone else's lash course is I had taken a dozen, trainings, and I was like, okay,
what do I like about how this one is done?
Yes.
What do I not like?
What else could I add? How much deeper could I go in on this thing? And then how can I translate that into, my own experience and my own expertise on these things?
That is the correct way to do it.
And it's very important if I have a student say, well, I heard this from somewhere else, or I heard this myth, what do you say about that? It is very important that I understand the why behind everything to be able to verbally communicate to them that information during the course. But if you're just, if you just have a done for you training, a trainer in a box course, whatever it is, I'm not just talking crap about I'm sure there are some trainer programs that are phenomenal and teach you how to teach. I'm not saying those are very
I think important. Those are two very different things. If you take a course that teaches you how to be an educator and the focus of the course is this is how you communicate what you know effectively.
And how to cater to different learning styles and how to like create digital things. That is great. I think that getting like done for you technical lash courses,
not good,
without you having the expertise to back it up,
Yeah.
negatively impacts the success of your students and your reputation long term. So that's the issue that we have with
Well, because I mean, think about it. If someone sells a done for you lash course, and then someone buys it from them and it has MRR, so then that person sells it to someone else, and then that person sells it to someone else, then the person 5 people down the line, if one of their students has a question, they're like, hey, this in the video was not clear. I don't understand this. Can you like explain this to me? The person who bought it, the person who's selling this course is going to be like, well, I don't know. Maybe I'll ask the person I bought it from. And then they're like, well, I don't know. Maybe I'll ask the person I bought it from. And then you have no way of getting to like the base truth of like, okay, what did the person who actually like made the video mean by this?
Yeah.
So I think that's an issue.
The thing with lash information is, what if something changes over time?
That's also the case. Yeah. And especially I do have an issue with the concept in a lot of these MRR courses of where you can like add to them, because I think that encourages like conflicting information, or I don't know if it encourages, but it leads to conflicting information.
Well,
like in the courses that we took, we saw conflicting information from the original person who made the course and the person who like rebranded the course and repackaged the course. Like they were both saying things that you couldn't do both.
Although these courses like Digital Wealth Academy and Simply Passive and Roadmap and everything like that, of course they come with master resale rights, but what we don't talk about and no one's talking about is that they don't include the copyrights. And so here's what I mean by that. It means that you are not able to remove any of the information or any of the modules from the course. You're not able to remove any of the links within the course, but you are able, if you would like to, you're able to add modules to it. So what's happening is a lot of people are adding modules with conflicting information from what's actually in the course. So people are taking the course taught by someone they have no idea who it is, and then they're getting your little add-on module at the end where you're adding value, you're adding your own twist on it, but it's conflicting information.
Although you'll notice, I think many of the ones that we saw in the lash industry, I don't think the people in the lash industry selling them added anything also. But people before them had added stuff. Maybe they added a module. I didn't see it though. But
we're distinctly talking about the most popular digital marketing courses with master resale rights attached to them sweeping the beauty industry.
So going back to what I had said about like unethical advertising, this is from ClickFunnels, which is a gigantic business. Millions and millions of, or probably not millions, but thousands and thousands of businesses use the ClickFunnels platform to sell things online. Like it is a very like commonly used platform in the e-commerce industry. It is like everyone knows it. It is not a scam. Like it's a real business and a lot of people use it. In there, because I was interested in seeing what these affiliate programs look like. So in the Stan Store affiliate program, you just sign up, whatever, you get your cut. If you sign up for the ClickFunnels affiliate program, they give you this PDF of ways that you can advertise ClickFunnels ethically and unethically. And I think it is so interesting what they say is not okay. Sorry, besties, technical difficulties. We're still getting the new setup dialed in. We're getting it dialed in. I think a week from now, everything will be perfect. But you know, it's new. Anyways, here's an example of unethical advertising. You cannot say in a reel or an ad that you make how you can earn $4,000 a month passively without having a product of your own. Not okay. This is from one of the biggest companies in the online advertising space. Better is how I earn $4,000 a month in passive income through the ClickFunnels affiliate program, even without my own product. If you're trying to encourage people to sign up for the ClickFunnels affiliate program. If that, because you can get like affiliate commission from that. They have like a tiered system. It's kind of complicated, but anyways, that's what this is for. So
and it comes directly from ClickFunnels.
This is like, and here's the thing is like a lot of people's issue with ClickFunnels is that ClickFunnels is too scammy for a lot of people. Granted, like ClickFunnels, the people who run it, like Russell Brunson, who started ClickFunnels, he's like the Mr. Beast of advertising, where like his only goal is figuring out what kind of stuff converts and what kind of stuff, like what you can say, how you can structure ads that like convert really well. So a lot of people think, these feel a little scammy, but they are, even ClickFunnels is like, okay, we know this is not okay. You cannot do this. So I just thought that was very funny because we have seen people selling MRR courses literally say nearly exactly this. Like how I earn $4,000 a month passively, even without having a product of my own. I have seen that
with no experience
in an ad, in a reel. So
with no experience, with no following, with no like organic product.
Yeah. No, it's insane. So yeah, that's all. I thought that was funny. So now one of the other pushbacks that we got on our original video was that this isn't a pyramid scheme, because in a pyramid scheme, the people at the top benefit as you recruit more people into the opportunity. And they're like, well, you keep 100% of what you sell, so the people at the top aren't making any money. Like, how is this a pyramid scheme? I will tell you. It is through referral links.
So it's not on the surface. Like, obviously the people that you buy it from don't make a commission, or like your upline doesn't make, money off you. So
it's more sneaky.
It's a little bit more sneaky.
It's a little sneakier.
And I don't want this to be like, oh, it's so sinister or whatever, but
no,
like
honestly, if I'm going to be like completely honest, you guys, it's kind of genius.
It's genius.
It's kind of genius. I'm going to be real. Like, the people who came up with this, like, bravo. This is a very clever business.
Like, the people that came up with this, they're not super villains
No.
in their lair. Like, we are going to craft this pyramid scheme. Like, I know that.
Here's the thought process. If I make something that other people can sell easily to other people, and it encourages a bunch of people to sell it to each other, and they can all make some money by selling it to each other, and then I have a way of profiting off of every single sale that takes place, that's something that'll make a lot of money.
Yeah.
And that's what they did. They figured out, they're like, okay, let's make a digital marketing course, and we will encourage people to sell this digital marketing course to each other, and in the course, we'll teach people how to sell it to each other. And then they'll all sell it, and then we'll make money.
Yeah.
Kind of genius, honestly. I think the bad thing about it is that it leads to all these other things that we have issues with.
Yeah.
But like, the business is kind of genius. So they make money through referral links. Stand.store, which is one of the two main platforms that we saw the course recommend using, has a 20% lifetime referral commission. System.io, which is the other primary platform that we saw these courses recommending. Both of the courses I think that we took recommended this.
Yeah.
It has some features that like StanStore doesn't. So I think the course was recommending you use both, or you can like just use System.io at the higher tier, but like Stand.store has better integration with Instagram. So they're like, well, you should maybe use this because it's like it feels like you're still in the Instagram app. So like, what I took away from it after like watching everything is like, oh, I should get both. And so StanStore has a 20% lifetime referral commission. So that means like, if you sign up with StanStore, then after you click on one of the referral links that are in the course, after you click on the referral link, you sign up for StanStore, every dollar you spend with StanStore for the next 10 years, 20% of that dollar goes to the person who created the course, the original creator of the course. Oh my goodness. I gotta turn this off. System.io has a 60% lifetime referral commission. So that means that every dollar you spend with System.io, which System.io, I think for the lowest tier that you can use to like kind of do everything in the course is like $27 a month. And for StanStore, they recommended that you do the $99 a month version for StanStore because it has features that like the 20-something dollar a month version doesn't have. So they were recommending you spend $99 a month StanStore, $27 a month System.io. I think if you were going to do everything through System.io, you would probably need to do a higher tier version. But if we assume $27 a month System.io, $99 a month StanStore, the creator of Digital Wealth Academy would be pulling in over $83,520 a month just in commissions from her referral links.
And that's assuming only 30% of students resell the course.
That's also assuming only 30%. So when I was in the Digital Wealth Academy members thing, there were 7,700 members in there. So if 30% of them are reselling the course and have subscriptions to these two platforms, then that means that this person who created Digital Wealth Academy would be making 83 grand a month 100% passively. That's another small issue is like, this isn't passive income. Like you take the course, there are so many things you gotta do. It's like a full-time job. Like we sell digital courses.
It's our full-time job.
It is not passive. No, it is not passive.
And I don't have weekends.
Now these referral commissions, this is passive. Like if you want real passive income, make one of these courses, put your referral links in there, and then you're going to be raking it in from all the people selling it to each other. All these people are like doing work, selling it to each other, being like, buy my course, no, buy my course, no, buy my course. Meanwhile, the person who created it is like 83 grand a month. I'm making $1 million a year.
Doesn't matter who sells.
Perfect for me. That's all I need.
Yeah.
I don't need to sell a single course. I don't need to do anything. I could be on a yacht, not even touching a computer, and the money's just going into my bank account. So honestly, kind of genius.
That
like
is
I
passive.
said, oh yeah, you go. I talk too much.
Do you want some water?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Why this isn't sustainable? Give a man a fish and you will feed him for a day. This business model.
But teach a man to fish and you will feed him for a lifetime.
For a lifetime. This business model, similar to any MLM, I'm not calling it an MLM, similar to how an MLM works very well for the first couple people in the organization. And as it grows, the market very quickly becomes saturated, and those who join later on make nothing or make very, very little.
This is like a common trait of both. We're not saying this is an MLM.
No.
We're saying this happens in MLMs, and this also happens in MRR.
It is a shared trait of them. And I'm not saying, the lash industry is going to get saturated with successful people. No.
No. I hope it does.
I hope it does. Our goal is that everyone in the lash industry does well, they reach their goals, they make great money, they build actual wealth, and they create sustainable businesses that last them a lifetime. But with this, as it grows, the market becomes very quickly saturated with those who are selling master resale rates courses, right? When the focus is on reselling the course, the opportunity to profit has a time limit.
Absolutely. Like if you are selling a course to teach someone something and the focus is buy this course to learn this thing, that is sustainable. Like we see that with our courses. We made angel sets, for example. That's like one of our older courses. We made angel sets a year and a half ago. Was it a year and a half ago?
Yeah.
Jeez. Make angel sets long time ago. No way.
Mm-hmm. Can you believe?
Was it?
Yeah.
We're still selling angel set courses. We're still selling them today because it is a course that that teaches people a skill. And if you are selling a course to teach people a skill, you're always going to have new people coming into the industry who are interested in learning that skill. Right. If you are selling a course to someone to tell them to resell the course, then that has a time limit. Because if they do what you're teaching them, then they're going to start selling it to other people. And then if they do it, like I've already talked about this so many times, but I feel like the people. Here's the thing.
It's better to over-explain this than it is to.
Well, and here's the thing too. I know we're not going to change the minds of the people actually selling this,
right?
Because like they're making money off of it. Like they have no incentive to change their minds. But I'm talking more so to like the audience, the people. I don't want you to be duped by this. You know, like
you're directly speaking to the potential customers of this.
Exactly, and I do not take it lightly. The fact that we are telling people not to buy something. I think like if someone did that for us, I would be like, hey, what the heck? Like that's not cool. But the thing is, I feel like we have a responsibility to our audience, the people who listen to us, to explain to them what this actually is. So that's just where I'm at.
We don't benefit off telling people.
No, we're not benefiting off
the
this.
reality of this.
I hate controversy. I hate drama.
I hate it so much. However, I wouldn't feel compelled or convicted to have this stance or even take the time to make this episode if I didn't have over 100 DMs telling me their sob stories. If I didn't have any response or, Yeah,
if we got a bunch of DMs from people who were like, hey, I took the course, like I learned digital marketing. I'm not reselling the course or anything, but I think I learned a lot and it helped me know how to sell my own courses. And I think it's a good course. We would have changed our mind.
I haven't had a single DM from someone.
We have not had a single one
telling me something positive without selling a course with master resale rights attached to it.
That's the thing. We have not, and I would like to repeat this. I would like this to be very clear. We have not received a single message from anyone who is not currently selling an MRR course telling us.
One of my dear friends locally, she's so sweet and I love her to death and I hope she's watching this. She had a positive experience.
Mm-hmm.
She learned a lot and she was able to sell her own products. I don't think that she is selling this course.
Okay.
But I think that she like is maybe recommending it because she had a good experience with it.
Okay, so we got one.
Yes. We have one. I hope she
You know what?
watches
I take it
this.
back.
And I want to like publicly say I have a friend that I know in person who has messaged me saying, I learned a lot. I sold like a handful of my own things with this in one day. I've had great results with it. I don't know if she's selling it or not.
Okay.
Whether she is or not doesn't matter, but I think that she's good intentioned and I think that it's been good for her. And I think that she had a honest, like, I think she was very honestly told what it was before.
She understood what it was when she bought it.
Yes, and she also understands how it works for people.
That's good.
Right? So I would like to say to her, she had a good experience.
Okay.
However,
we got like 99 that didn't have a good experience.
We did. And I had people like sending me voice memos, crying, emails, being very upset. So I would like to point out I did get one and I am saying that is valid and that exists.
Yep.
And there is good that can come from this. The things that we don't have an issue with. I want to be very, can I make a clip out of this?
Absolutely.
Okay. The things that we do not have an issue with is teaching digital marketing. We do not have an issue with other people making courses and teaching people how to make courses. And we do not have an issue with the way these courses are now being marketed in the lash industry. No issue with digital marketing. We have never had an issue with digital marketing.
No, I mean, we do digital marketing.
Yes.
I think it is a extremely valuable skill for people to learn.
That narrative is being flipped, and I would like to be very clear. Digital marketing and courses to teach other people how to make courses are not the issue.
And courses on digital marketing, also not an issue. None of this is an issue.
All. If you would like to hear what the issues are, listen to the full podcast.
Like the issues, we were very clear. The issue is the MRR part. If this was just a course without MRR that someone made and they were selling it and they were saying, hey, this is how to do digital marketing, we would not be making this podcast. We would not have an issue.
At the same time, repeat after me because I want to make a clip
Okay.
Digital marketing is not a scam.
Digital marketing is not a scam. It's true. It's not. There we go. Yeah.
Listen to
Clip it.
The full episode, please.
All right. So one thing, like we had kind of said earlier, I think now the way that a lot of these resellers are marketing their courses is a lot better than it was when before we made the episode, because we've seen a lot of people getting on lives, making reels, going through the course and showing what's in it. I think that is a great way to advertise your course. And I think I
am very happy with how the narrative has shifted because they're kind of being forced to be a little bit more transparent about what it is because they've had pushback. Sometimes pushback is okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm kind of glad we brought this up because even I'm deeply in this industry, the fact that guys, I didn't even know what these courses were.
Yeah.
I didn't even know how this worked. Like it is still, I'm so glad that we just said something because otherwise, this wouldn't be a conversation and these people wouldn't have a chance to be more transparent about what's actually in these courses and how they're, not original. They're not from them.
No, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
If someone sees marketing for this course, which communicates to them that the course is a beginner's guide to digital marketing and course creation, and they purchase the course to learn that, this is good.
It's not an issue. Like if someone sees marketing, if one of these resellers makes a reel, for example, and they say, I am selling a course on digital marketing. This is a course that I didn't make. I'm not in the course, but it is made by people who know digital marketing, and it is going to teach you this, this, and this. And if you learn this, this, and this, you can do things like run a digital marketing agency. You could sell other people's products.
Yeah.
You could
learn how to use Canva and ChatGPT and AI and ClickFunnels and all these things.
Sure. And you could, if you make courses, if you already make courses, you could use this to market your courses.
Yeah.
That is good. I think that is a honest and not deceptive way to advertise these courses. And I think if people advertise them this way, we would not have a problem with it. So because I want to demonstrate that I do not have an issue with people learning digital marketing. I'm going to teach you the model taught in these courses. Now, I wrote all this based on what we saw from advertising. I wrote this before we took the courses here's the thing too. I emailed this part of the presentation to myself before we logged into the courses so that if anyone asks,
we have receipts.
Yeah. But I'm just promise my hand on a Bible. I wrote this portion. We wrote the part before this after, but I wrote this portion of the thing before we took the course. Because like I said, I don't think it's cool to take someone's course and then say, this is all the things the course teaches. I'm going to give it away for free. That's not cool. Okay. Like someone put a lot of work into that.
We're not doxing all the information because a lot of it is like very good information.
However, what you can get for free is looking at the people advertising and seeing, okay, what are they doing? Okay, they're selling a course that teaches how to do this, so it probably teaches exactly what they're doing. So what are they doing? First, I would assume this course in particular wants you to use stand.store to make your funnel, maybe because it has a really good affiliate program, possibly. But honestly, if I'm being 100% honest, it doesn't look like a bad solution. It has a nice user interface. It's very beginner friendly. It doesn't have as much of the kind of advanced tracking or some of the stuff that someone like I would want in a platform. But if you're a beginner, like the kind of platforms I'm going to use are going to be so unapproachable to someone who's just getting started in this that I wouldn't recommend them to like a beginner. Stand.store, I think, honestly, it's not bad. It seems like a good platform to make a kind of Linktree type page, and it seems like a good platform to make simple sales funnels. So if you want to use Stand.store, honestly, try it out. Next, you're going to want to set up your Stand.store email flows because I saw a lot of people in their advertising, they were talking about, oh, this teaches you email marketing.
Yeah.
So I would assume that the first flows that they would want you to set up are like a lead magnet or a free gift flow. So that's where you basically are saying, hey, I'm going to give you this freebie, this lead magnet, this free gift in exchange for your email. So you give me your email, I'll email you the PDF. Usually it's okay, for example, we have one on our website and it's like 30 days of content. You put your email in, you get 30 days of content, boom. So something like that. That's what they're going to tell you to do. Then the courses, this is what the courses are telling you, are going to tell you to set up your autoresponder. So one thing you'll notice in a lot of these girls' reels is they'll say, comment learn or comment tell me more or comment info to learn more. And what they do is they set up an autoresponder with a software called ManyChat. There's some others that can do this, but ManyChat I think is the best one. And basically what it can do is, and I think they use ManyChat because ManyChat I think is the only one with the feature where it can auto send a DM based on someone commenting a specific word in the comments of a reel. So if someone comments a specific word in the comments of your reel, like learn, then you can set it up to automatically send them a DM that says, whatever you want. So that's what you're going to set up. And then in that DM, you want to say something like, hey, babe, great to see you embracing your dark feminine boss babe energy this year. Check out this link for more info. And then you put your link to your Stand.store, and then you make millions of dollars.
One of the funny story about an autoresponder that I have is one of the main woman in the lash industry that is selling these digital marketing MRR courses. I sent her a lovely DM and I said, hey, my name is Maddie. I'm the one that put out the episode about this. I would love to hop on a call with you if you want to discuss, my concerns and you can give me your side of things. I would love to invite that conversation, invite that discourse. And I got an autoresponder message that said, hey girl, I hear you're interested in digital marketing. Let me send you over this. I was like,
that was kind of funny.
No, but I just want to also say that I did, privately and publicly offer to get on calls with everyone that is selling.
Like we would love to, here's the thing. If we got something wrong, I would love to talk to the people who are doing this and understand what we got wrong.
Yeah.
Period. I don't want to say something that's not true.
We don't have giant egos. We don't care about being right. We care about doing
We care about helping our audience.
Yeah.
That is really our goal.
We care about helping our audience. Yeah.
So, yeah. And
I really, honestly,
I would have loved to get on a call with one of them, but it's okay.
They were mean to me.
They were a little mean.
They were mean.
Okay, and also the reason
I would have loved to like literally do a live together.
Oh, absolutely. It'd be like burying the hatchet. Yeah. Everything's good. Like we're like, hey, these courses are good if you want this. And they're like, hey, I understand that maybe I had some fraudulent or deceptive marketing tactics. Yeah. And I don't know if they say that.
Yeah,
but
like I understand that I said that what they're doing is a pyramid scheme and that it's a scam, and I believe that. But I was also very clear that they're not bad people, and I would have loved to like publicly make it known that like these are the issues. You're not a bad person. I could have been the one to like defend them.
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
absolutely. Well, and the thing is too, I want to be clear that like we're not saying any of these people's names because we really honestly like don't want anyone to give them hate.
Absolutely not.
And like obviously a lot of you know who we're talking about.
Yes.
And so I just want to be extremely clear
but they
right
won't
here.
A month from now.
Well, that's true.
That's the thing.
That's true.
This is going to blow over. But that is the reason why we are not saying anyone's names, because we have a really loyal following and I don't want them to attack them.
No, absolutely. So if you're watching this, do not attack anyone selling MRR courses. No. Do not leave mean comments. Do not say anything.
No.
Just leave it alone. Yeah. Leave it alone. This will blow over. Like I said, this is an unsustainable business model. It will blow over by itself. We don't have to do anything.
Yeah. It doesn't need us to expose it. It's gonna already.
I think the thing.
Helping,
I think that us exposing it or just talking about it and making everything clear will just. My goal is that it helps less people buy this expecting it to be something that it's not.
Yeah.
That is the goal.
1,000,000%.
So then after you do that, then this course, this MRR course, will tell you to generate leads by posting reels on Instagram. And this course wants you to focus on passive income, saying, I made XXX while I took my kids to school, or in quotes, work from anywhere, or focus on like digital marketing. And then you want to make sure you include comment learn to find out how in the caption, which will trigger your autoresponder. Warning, this is all what the course teaches you to do. I believe, it is my opinion, that doing this will hurt your credibility in the long term. But if you are one of the first people to bring a course into a new industry, you can get 3 to 4 months of sales out of it before things start to slow down. So if you buy an MRR course, you do bring it to a new industry, you already have a following, then I think you can get sales out of this for sure. But if you do not already have a following, then one of the things that this was all based on speculation from what we saw from the people advertising is, however, when we did end up taking the courses, it turns out we were 100% right. So everything that I was just like speculating on, turns out we were 100% right. And one of the things that this course does teach you, that I don't think this is like doxing like what's in the course, but the course teaches you like, hey, build your online audience. But my issue with that part of the course is that like, okay, that is good. Like you should, if you want to make money online, if you want to digitally market any product, you need to build your audience. Absolutely. Like for sure. But for these courses in particular, if you buy it and you're like, oh, I can buy this course and then resell this course and then make money, make some passive income. If you follow the steps in the course and it's like, oh, now it's time to build your audience, that's going to take years. That's going to take years of like constant effort. By the time you build your audience to the point where you can actually sell these courses, this will have been dead for like 2 years. And like this opportunity
is going to be new courses with master resale, right?
Which, okay, you know what? Counterpoint, maybe then after you've built your audience, then you can sell one of those.
After years.
After years of doing it. But if you're buying this as a way to supplement your income quickly, easily, in the way that a lot of the advertising makes it sound, and you don't already have an audience or you're not bringing it into a brand new industry where no one has purchased this before, it's not going to work. Now on to a more positive note. I am going to spend the next 5 minutes giving you a digital marketing crash course. This is my actual advice. This is what I know works from experience, from us selling courses that have, I would like to think, overwhelmingly positive reception. Everyone who buys our courses, the vast majority of them are like, these helped me. I am glad I purchased it. Would you agree?
Of course.
And okay, and here's another difference. One of the other things that I have seen is like, oh, these people are calling out us teaching people digital marketing. They sell online courses. What's the difference? Here's the difference. Our courses, we do not put out a course teaching anything unless we know that the vast, vast majority of people who take that course and implement the steps in the course will achieve the result that they want from the course. If we sell a course on building your clientele, we sell dream clientele. If we sell a course on building your clientele, we do not release that course unless we have evidence that people implementing the steps that we put in that course get the results that they want. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
And we offer 100% satisfaction guarantees.
Exactly.
With all of our digital products because I am selling them the results. And so I have had people take it and be like, oh my gosh, you know, a very, very small percentage, like an extremely small percentage. But if anyone sends me an email and just says, hey, like I took this and I suck at it or whatever. Like,
no, I think if someone takes it and they're like, hey, in my area, like these aren't working, maybe like I'm in a very small town and like I am not able to raise my prices, or my clientele, these marketing methods don't work for my area.
So what I do is I will ask them more questions to find out what we could add to the course to make it more valuable to help people in their position. And
our goal is to help them.
And then we add to the course and we change it to help more people. And if anyone was to email me and be like, oh, this course was like a load of garbage, I would just give them a full refund. It is like barely, I can't even think of a scenario where it's even like half.
I think we've given.
It's like a handful.
Yeah. I think it's like 10 or so refunds over the last year of like, we've given more refunds of people who are like, oh, hey, I accidentally bought this course twice.
Yeah,
we've done that. We've done a lot more of those, but I think it's probably like 10-ish in the last year of people who are like, hey, this just didn't work for me.
I mean, I've had people buy it and be like, I am so sorry. I'm not an English speaker.
Yeah.
I thought I'd be able to translate it with this thing.
Oh,
and I wasn't able to.
You know, we had one where a girl was like, they signed up for a training and it was with our trainer, Katie Gonzalez, and they thought that Katie spoke Spanish because her last name is Gonzalez, when in fact she is so white and she just married a Spanish man.
Full refund.
And we're like, obviously, this isn't a Spanish course. Of course you can have a refund.
So on top of the refund, we hired a Spanish trainer.
Which Spanish trainings coming soon, babies.
Coming soon. Basically, every single time that we're open to giving people refunds if it wasn't what they like needed or
Absolutely.
whatever. And then we add on to that thing. But because it's our own like unique proprietary information,
we don't have any problem doing that.
We have no problem doing that.
Yeah.
1,000,000%. And that's
and that's a big difference.
It's a big difference.
Where it's like, if you like, obviously you're not going to get a refund for an MRR course. Like,
no refund.
If you buy one, just don't expect to get a refund.
No.
Like, that's fine.
A lot of people are in my DMs like asking me how to get a refund. I'm like, I don't know. You can't. And I tell them, you can't. Like, I'm so
no,
sorry.
You can't get a refund.
And all I tell them is get as much value out if you can from it. Learn as much as you can because all sales are final.
Yep. And that's what happens. And the reason for that is because I think if we're really, really honest with ourselves, the people selling these courses understand that most of the people who buy the courses aren't going to be able to achieve the results that they're showing off in their advertising.
Yeah.
Like if you're showing, I make $10,000 a week, I made $30,000 in the last month selling this course without doing anything, you know that the majority of people who buy it from you are not going to recreate those results. And
you know that.
And that is the big difference. Like when we sell a course and like our mega volume course, we show beautiful mega volume full sets in our advertising. We're like, learn to create sets like these.
And we teach people that they can make more income by lashing a little bit more efficiently.
Absolutely.
You know, maybe taking less clients, raising their prices by doing these methods. We're not saying you will be a millionaire just by the sheer fact that you clicked purchase on this course.
Exactly. And I think that's the difference.
Can we normalize hard work in 2024?
Because the thing is, I don't think in our advertising we're making anyone think that they don't need to like practice and work hard in order to get.
I just want to like re-normalize in this year going forward. Like it is cool to work hard and to sacrifice to get somewhere that you want to be. It takes years, it takes time, it takes consistency, it takes patience, it takes a lot of being in uncomfortable situations and putting yourself in uncomfortable situations to get the amazing results in your life that you are wanting. I just want to like say that, put it out there. Yes, passive income is amazing, obviously, but I would like to just be so the year of be so for real, BFFR, I want this to be the year that we kind of like renormalize, like if you have big dreams, whatever they are, it is like cool and you should be like congratulated for working hard. When I see someone just like working hard at anything,
mad respect.
When I just see people like posting their like lash photos, their like before and afters every day, whatever, like, yes, I pray that they reach all their dreams. They're not doing that forever and they get out from behind the bed one day. But I think it's like amazing to work hard. And like everything that I've ever gotten in my life is because I have done the things that no one else wants to do consistently. And I still do. Like everyone is like, like, what hours do you work? What are you doing this weekend? What are you doing tonight? I'm like, there are so many nights that I'm up till 3 a.m. Elliot's up till 3 a.m. Do you think we wanted to be working on this presentation for the last 4 days?
Honestly, we probably shouldn't have. I think we put more effort into this than it really required. But
honestly, it was so interesting.
It was so interesting. I love learning about it.
I just want to be very like clear that it is normal to put effort into something to get big results.
Absolutely.
It's been shoved down my throat so much that in order to be successful, you have to just have everything else working for you. Like everything has to be passive. Everything has to be, like passive.
Normalize unpassive income. Normalize active income.
And I'm not saying like the grind and hustle culture is cool and like you should work yourself to the bone, but I'm saying that if you want things, this is such basic advice. Like if you want the things that no one else has, you have to do the things that no one else wants to do. That is so true. And
also it's not bad. Like here's the thing. We were at Lightheart until like midnight a couple nights ago working on stuff. And I didn't mind it. No. Like I enjoy.
I'm actually grateful to work
hard.
I
love what we're building.
Yes, and I'm grateful to work hard and do the things that people don't see.
It's not always fun.
No.
Absolutely.
If you see my Instagram and like my life is lovely. I love my life. I live in a beautiful house.
You guys.
I have a happy marriage. I have great friends around me, great renters, great clients. Like life is good. But if you look through my camera roll, you'd be like, oh my gosh, all this girl does is work and send Elliot screenshots and help solve problems. And it's just this constant, your brain is turned on. And I'm so grateful to be able to work hard and do it with someone I love because we're building something that is going to outlive us.
The reward that we get out of building something, out of building Lightheart, is so much greater than whatever downside there is of the work we put into it. Yeah. Like it's so worth it.
And trust me when I say, like I am no stranger to trying to take a side quest and like and do something the easier way. Like I am no stranger.
Oh, you guys, I am the laziest person alive. Yeah. If I can make something easier, if I can outsource something, 100%.
If there's a shortcut in business, I'm curious.
Oh, absolutely.
But now that I've been
But there are so many things that you cannot shortcut.
No, and I've been a business owner for 8 years now, and I'm at this point where I'm like, okay, if I want something, maybe it will take a year to develop. Yeah. Maybe it will take multiple years to save up for. Absolutely. And I still get impatient because we're in the middle of like a huge launch coming up that I haven't shared yet. And my impatience is like, I am itching. I am like so uncomfortable. I want to just spill the beans. I want to tell everyone everything. I want to tell everyone how hard I've been working, but I can't.
But we're in our grinding in silence era.
I need to sit with that impatience and like normalize for myself that being uncomfortable and that solving all those problems and staying up really late with you and, hiring and firing and learning new skills, all of that will greatly benefit us in the future. And that is normal. Like if you want to do things that seem unachievable, like it's because of the things that you don't see.
All right, so now let's jump in to my digital marketing crash course. Because like I said, I want you guys to succeed in digital marketing. So this is my experience, what I know. This is how you close deals online. The basic life cycle of lead into customer is, here, let me just make sure. Yeah, we're good. The basic life cycle of lead into customer is to generate the leads. You want to generate a high volume of leads. Then you want to nurture those leads, build trust, build authority. You want to give them reasons to purchase. And then you want to close the leads. That's them actually buying the thing, you making the sale. First things first. And this is one of the primary ways I differ from MRR, how they teach you how to sell courses. I think first, you should figure out what you're going to sell. The way to build a business with courses and digital products that will last more than 4 months is to start with the product. So in order to make a product that is compelling, that people want to buy, that helps people, is first you want to figure out what you're passionate about. Then once you figure out what you're passionate about, what you could do for, the next 5 years, the next 10 years, then you want to specialize in it and you want to learn more about it than anyone else. And you absolutely can do this. This is something that one of the issues that I have with MRR is you can sell a course without even knowing the course. But I think in order to build a business that is sustainable and that will benefit you in the long run, you need to specialize in something and you need to learn more about it than anyone else. And that is something you can absolutely do. It is something that, especially with the internet, with all the available material online and through all these educators, especially in our industry or whatever industry you want to go in, the information is out there. It is freely available. There's a really, really good talk that I would recommend if you are interested in becoming an educator or selling courses or doing anything like that. And it is a talk from Bill Gurley, who is a very famous venture capitalist in Silicon Valley. And the speech is called Runnin' Down a Dream. So runnin' with no G, down a dream. It's named after, I think it was a famous Bob Dylan song. But if you just look up Bill Gurley, and Gurley is Gurley, Runnin' Down a Dream, watch that talk. That will tell you everything you need to know about how to specialize in something and become an expert in it. And then once you've done that, then make your course, make it an ebook, make it a course. If you want to make a course, you can host it on something like ClickFunnels, Teachable, School, Kajabi. All of these work. Just figure out which one seems easiest for you to work with. And then all of these also have tutorials and guides in them, in the platforms, teaching you how to make a good course, because they want you to succeed. Because if you make a good course, then you'll continue your membership with them for a long time. And so their incentive is to help you make a good course. So a lot of them have really good educational material, which they give away for free because their incentive is to help you make a good course so that you stay with them for a long time. Then you're going to want to create a funnel to your course. So ClickFunnels, like I said, honestly, ClickFunnels is a great platform for beginners. I have some nitpicks with ClickFunnels, places where I would like more flexibility, but that's just because I am trying to do things. I'm trying to hyper optimize things. And so there's some things that ClickFunnels is not perfect at, but if you are someone and you're I'm not very techie, I don't have a computer science degree, ClickFunnels is a great beginner friendly platform. So I would recommend that. It's they have a good free trial period, and then it is it's $120 a month. But if you already have a course that you are passionate about and you have already made sure that you have product market fit for that course, you should if $120 is unapproachable for you, $120 a month, I would recommend selling your course in DMs. Start posting about your course saying hey, I made this course for the first 10 users. I'm going to give it highly discounted in exchange for feedback, or I'm giving it away for free in exchange for feedback. And then you get that feedback and then you make your course better. This is something you can't do with an MRR course.
We've done that with all of our classes.
We've done this with all of our classes.
Class we make, people are well, how do you know if it's good? Well, I give it to 50 people for free,
yep.
And then I have them give me feedback.
Yep.
And that's what that's the exchange.
And then we use that to improve the course.
We make it better. Yeah.
And then once you've done that, then you can have some confidence that you're oh, this course is good. People like it. Then you start selling it. Then $120 a month, that's nothing. Then that's easy to afford because you know that there's a market here. You know you're going to be selling at least worth that much. Also ClickFunnels, when you sign up, if you go on to ClickFunnels and you just put your email in, they will bombard you with emails. And most of the emails are join our one funnel away challenge, which is a ton of educational material teaching you how to like specialize in your niche, make a funnel, sell your product. Like they provide, honestly, a ton of educational material on how to sell things online, and it's all free. Like, because they want you to use their platform. So if you just put in your email and you're like, you put it into literally anywhere on the ClickFunnels website, you will get so many emails that are trying to give you stuff for free that'll teach you how to sell stuff online. So that is another thing I definitely recommend. If you're like, if you're like a beginner in the space, which is like what these courses are marketed towards. Next thing you're going to want to do, once you have your funnel, you're going to want to set up your email flows. If you're using ClickFunnels, you can set them up in there. If you're using like Thrivecart is another platform that's similar to ClickFunnels that a lot of people use. A lot of people use Thrivecart, and it also has like email functionality, has the same thing. StanStore is like similar. All these are kind of similar. I'm just most familiar with ClickFunnels because a lot of people we know use ClickFunnels and they have like really good things to say about it, which is why I'm like comfortable recommending it, because I know people who've made like millions of dollars selling stuff with a ClickFunnels funnel. So I know they work. When you're setting up your email flows, the best one in my experience is a lead magnet into lead nurture flow. So that's going to be giving away a freebie, a free gift, and then saying, give me your email and I will email you this PDF, this guide, this 5 steps on how to do flower bouquet, this 30 days of free content. Yeah. Like those are 2 examples of lead magnets that we have. And here is an example of one of ours. It's kind of hard to see, but basically the first step is giving away a free 30 days of content, which is just a PDF guide we made with like post ideas and recommendations for how to like start building your Instagram audience. And then we just have a ton. This is like the first quarter or first third of the flow. It's just email, and then it waits a day, another email, waits a day or 2, another email, and we do that for like the next couple weeks. And we're just sending emails. The emails are split between emails that purely provide value. So it'll be like blogs that we've written, or maybe we're giving them more freebies. Like the second email in this list, I think is, the second email in this list is 30 days of Reels. So, or I'm not sure if it might be 30 days of Reels.
30 days of content.
So 30 days of content, but then the second one is a bunch of reel ideas.
Oh, yeah.
So the first one we give them is 30 days of content, and then we give away a bunch of more reel ideas. So we're just giving more value. And then we have the rest of them, somewhere down the flow, we give away a guide on, like a step-by-step guide on how to do flower bouquet, like a cheat sheet. And then we're like, hey, if you want more information than this, buy the mega volume course. Like if this interests you, because like
giving people little breadcrumbs that help them, and then they'll be like, oh, I want the whole list.
Yeah, that's super great. A great way to sell things. Because if it's like, because then that is a 100% honest way to sell something. If you give someone a cheat sheet on how to do flower bouquet, and then you say, hey, I have a course that has high definition macro videos of each step in here, and it makes it very, very clear how you do each of these steps, and it has the common errors that people make, and it walks you through like hours and hours of content on how to do this really, really well. If you want that, here it is. And then a lot of people buy it. Like it works. I'm going to tell you right now that has sold us a lot of mega volume trainings, that email in particular. So the best way to get people to opt in to this lead magnet welcome funnel is through a pop-up. Pop-ups work great. We've tested lead magnet funnels, and we've also tested pop-ups on the website. I find for the way we did it in particular, the pop-ups worked better. We have over 10,000 people on our email list now just from one pop-up on our website. Like it works really great. Lead magnet funnels, the way I had set them up, which I know people make them work, so maybe I'm just not smart enough to make them work, honestly, but they ended up they just ended up costing too much for like what I was comfortable with per email. And so I just do the pop-up, and then it doesn't really decrease our conversion rate on anything else. And it gives us like the emails basically for free. So, and I don't think the MRR course teaches you to use pop-ups because I didn't see anyone using them, but I think they work really well.
Yeah.
Additional email flows that are very, very important to have are abandoned cart email flows. That's like the next most important one after like a welcome flow. And an abandoned cart flow is exactly how it sounds. You can set these up with most funnel platforms. Klaviyo is what we use, which is just like an email platform, but like ClickFunnels, you can do it absolutely. And basically, if someone puts in their email and then they're like, I I don't know, and then they decide not to buy, they abandon their cart, then what I would recommend doing is 1 hour after they abandon their cart, then you want to set up a email saying, hey, looks like you forgot something, or give them like some reason, like have a little copy, like convincing them why they should like come back and buy it. Be like, hey, this is honestly a really good course and you should buy it because of this and this. Something like that. Or tell a story about how the course helped you. There's so many things you can do. And then you should have another email like 1 day later, just reiterating same thing. Like make it different, obviously, but then be like, hey, just wanted to check in, like maybe come back to your cart. And it works.
Basically every online store does that. Like
every single online store does.
Yeah.
Here's another pro tip. Look at what your favorite online stores do when you abandon your cart or when you fill out the pop-up on their website, and then just use that for inspiration.
I was looking at a pink dress in December on Revolve, and Revolve just sent me an email and it said Valentine's Day is coming up. You still want this pink dress? I was like, how did you
Genius.
How did you even know? Because I don't even remember
Revolve,
what dress
Revolve, honestly, like look at how they do marketing, because they do a great job.
And it was so funny because I was just like, I don't even like that dress anymore. Like, how do you how do you remember?
Revolve
that?
knows.
It knew.
They know.
It was like, girl, when she needs a pink dress, girl, add to cart.
Honestly,
you were looking at it 2 months ago.
Look at businesses that are very successful in the online space, and then just learn from what they do. Like that is so much. That's how I learned to do what we're doing. Yeah. Is literally I looked at what are businesses doing that works well, and how can I apply that to our niche and what we do. It works.
And so because we don't want to gatekeep any information on how to succeed and sell your own products in the digital space, we want to give you some beginner-friendly resources if you would like to learn and become very, very competent at digital marketing.
Yeah. So, like I said, Russell Brunson's the guy who made ClickFunnels. His book, Expert Secrets, he wrote a bunch of books. He wrote, it was like Funnel Secrets, Traffic Secrets, Expert Secrets. Like, he loves the secrets name.
Yeah.
But all of the books, I read all the books, honestly, and they're very good, like beginner-friendly guides on how to like think about marketing in the digital space, because he gets it. He's a smart guy. Like, he makes very approachable books. Like, some people, like, I don't think they're perfect, obviously, but I think if you're a beginner in the marketing space, I don't think you're going to be led astray by reading like Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson. That was the first one I read, and I think that's the best one that he's written. And you can get it absolutely for free. If you look up like Expert Secrets PDF, I think they just give it away for free. You might have to do some digging, like you might have to sign up for one of their email flows and then you get it for free or something like that. But I got it for free, so I know you can too. And if you can't get it for free, it's so cheap. It's literally like they've given them away for so long. Maybe it's $5, but I got it for free. Another good book, which this is just a regular book that was written, I think, 20 years ago. So this isn't a digital specific book. It's Magnetic Marketing by Dan Kennedy, and it talks all about lead magnets. And that's where the term lead magnet comes from magnetic marketing. He coined the term, Dan Kennedy. He's very, very famous in the like marketing space. Dan Kennedy, like all the stuff he's written, if you want to learn about like marketing, like philosophy and like how marketing is done, not any specific, like this is how you set up a email campaign, but like this is how you talk to people in a way to encourage them to buy things. Dan Kennedy is fantastic, and he has some really, really great resources on marketing. I would recommend a lot of his stuff. Just look at what speaks the most to you. Magnetic Marketing was the one that I read from him that I thought I got the most out of, but honestly, he has a lot of good books. And then 2 YouTubers who talk about Thomas Gonnett. He's a really small YouTube channel. He's kind of like mean in his stuff. Like a lot of his videos, he's like, it seems like he doesn't care. I don't know why he's making these videos, but they have so much useful information in them. And he's just like, I'm tired of all these people posting BS online about like how to do social media marketing. Like I run an SMMA agency and I know it goes really well. And like, I think he made like a mentorship group or something, but like his YouTube videos, like I learned a ton from them about like how he runs Facebook ad campaigns. Like he just walks through his Facebook ad campaigns and he's like, this is how I run Facebook ads. And this is what worked. This is what didn't. He does like, his niche is he does marketing for PMU businesses. And he actually has it looks like from his videos, it looks like he gets like really good results. Yeah. So I don't know. I learned a lot from him. I implemented a lot of the stuff that he talks about in his videos in our campaigns, which obviously we're in a different niche. We're not selling services, we're selling like courses, but it all translates. And I like thought about like the concepts and I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And then we used it in our stuff and it worked. So that worked for me. Maybe check out his stuff. Charlie Morgan is a guy who he did a couple like collabs with, and Charlie Morgan also has some really good videos on. He ran a social media marketing agency. Also, I think his niche was like chiropractors or something like that, and he also has some good stuff. But then Davey Fogarty is a Australian guy who he started this brand called the Oodie. Which some of you have probably heard of Oodies, but it was one of the biggest e-com brands in Australia. I think it still is. But he started that. It sells like big oversized like blanket hoodies.
Yeah.
And he's been for the last like year and a half-ish, he's been making a ton of YouTube videos just talking about e-com and about like how he does it. He had this whole series on like starting from scratch, like sourcing an e-com product and then like making ad campaigns for it and then like running the ad campaigns and like start to finish of like starting an e-com business, and he filmed the whole thing. And it was called like the product was like lemon scrub, and it was like this scrub for your like kitchen and stove. And he was like, this is the best like kitchen cleaner of all time. And he like made this whole thing. He like, and the series is like super informative about like the physical product space. So if that's something you're interested in, like selling physical products, like a lot of the stuff he talks about translates to like digital products also, because like good advertising is good advertising. It works across any industry. But if you're very interested in like physical product specific stuff, Davey Fogarty is like a great resource. He's really smart. He's legit. Like that's one of the other things that I make sure about, like when I recommend people, like, hey, this is like something that helped me. I want to make sure that they're not like, their only focus isn't like selling stuff. And like Davey, he now obviously, because like if someone's in the digital marketing space and they're like putting out this content for free, there's generally going to be like a reason they're doing it. Like most people aren't going to do this sort of thing for free, but Davey's thing is like, he has like it's like a $2,000 a month program that's aimed at helping. It's just like a like group that you can join if you have like a successful e-com company and you're like, I want help with like what barcode software are like the big players using, and like how do you deal with these specific issues of scaling from like $5 to $10 million a year. And so like the thing I like about that is that means his incentive is to help people get to the point where they can afford to spend $2,000 a month to solve very specific problems that people run into when their business is making over like $5 million a year. And so if you want help getting from like 0 to 5, people who are selling something for the people, or who are making content, trying to get people to like 5 and above, that's a great place. That's a great place to look for information. So these are things that I recommend. And then I think that's the end of my presentation. So
that's it.
Yeah, that was it.
You want to see?
Did you add?
No. Is that everything?
That was it?
Elliot, that was such a good presentation.
Oh, thank you. I spent way too much time on this. Honestly, like.
I'm so proud of you, honestly, because that was such a good presentation that you are so busy you didn't need to make.
Oh, no. I literally, honestly, it was probably irresponsible for me to spend so much time on it because.
And
I do it for you. I do it for the girls.
I would like to reiterate that us making this follow-up episode is not to prove a point, and it's not to say I told you so, and it's not to say like, this is us doubling down on the haters and like whatever.
Nah.
Or us proving anything. I just wanted us to be very specific and very clear that behind the buzzwords that we use, like scam and pyramid scheme, whatever, there is like a very real opposition that we have, to these courses. And of course, they're still going to be sold. The people that are making like tons of money and selling these and making the reels and all the things, they're not bad people. Do not go attack them by any means. But be aware and be smart, and use your own discernment when you are presented with these kind of opportunities. Mm-hmm. And, if this is something that is right for you, great. If it isn't, it isn't. But
here's the thing. If after watching all this, you see one of these courses and they're talking about like, hey, this is like, let's say you see an ad for like DWA, Digital Wealth Academy, and you think, I would like a beginner's guide on on digital marketing. I would like to learn about the basics of setting up a funnel, about setting up emails, about branding, about like how to think about selling products online. And I would like a lot of different perspectives on that. And I would like someone to talk to me about how they grew their TikTok audience and stuff like that. And you think that's worth like $497? Buy it. Like, if that is what you want to get out of it, that is what it provides. And if that's what you want, then I think there is no problem with you getting that. I think it might not be the best value for what it provides. I think, like I said, I think there's free tools that'll tell you a lot of the stuff. But the caveat to like these free tools is these are more like, these tools will show you, I mean, Thomas Gunn and Davey Fogarty, like they have like specific like tutorials on like setting up ClickFunnels. Like Davey has a really good video on like a full tutorial he made on like how he sets up ClickFunnels. And he does a great job because like he sold tens of millions of dollars through ClickFunnels. So like stuff like that. But then like magnetic marketing expert secrets, those kind of things are like how to think about like making products and stuff, and then it's your job to like put it into practice. If you want like a step-by-step guide of like someone walking you through like click on this, click on this, click on this to set up your stand store, that's what these courses show you. And if that's what you want, then you can get it and you will absolutely get that. So I don't think that it's a problem like in that way. Did I explain that clearly?
Yes. 100%.
Okay.
I want to close off with two things. Number one is about me, and number two is about you. And the number one thing I think that I would like to do this year to grow as a person and as a brand owner and a content creator is I have never, ever stood up for myself or others or shared my opinion in this industry if it was even going to be taken as a negative. I have never, ever done that. I have never publicly spoken negatively about a concept, about another brand, about anyone, about anything. I never have, because I just don't like to put my energy there, right? But as our platform has grown and as there starts to be things in this industry that people come to us for advice on, we are going to be doing these deep dives on the podcast. And so if there is something that you're like, hey, you know, I want you guys' take on, you know, something that's new and introduce the industry. You know, we're making one on UV adhesives, you know, UV curing systems very soon. If there is a deep dive that you guys are like, hey, I want to know like the truth, the reality, everything, unbiased, let us know. Let us know and we'll make that. And of course, there's always going to be pushback, right, from others. And I just want to let you know, please be nice to me because I have anxiety. And if I'm touching my hair a lot or like twiddling or anything like that, I am so nervous and so uncomfortable sharing my opinion for the first time. But I think that I just want to help people. And I think this is going to be helpful. And, but like, selfishly, please don't like be mean to me. please be nice to me. I'm just a baby. I literally, like, I really am. I'm sensitive and I don't. I'm sensitive and I don't. I love this industry with all my heart, and I just want you guys to always know that my intention is to always have the best interests of, you know, lash artists. That is like my heart and soul.
Facts.
Yes. So that is why
I think this episode's been like 2 hours.
It doesn't matter. I think it's a movie. They're on a walk.
That's true.
I hope you're on a treadmill.
I hope you're on your hot girl walk for the day.
Yeah, whatever. I also want to add before our last thing, I think 2024 is the year where we can have opinions while still being kind. And that is called discourse, right? Like we should be able to have these conversations. That's how we grow and evolve in the industry. It's how we grow, is that if we're name calling and saying, this is giving mean girl, this is giving this is giving pick me, this is giving gatekeep. If we're using that kind of language, we're not actually constructively getting anywhere. So I would like to encourage us this year. It's okay to stand up for other people. It's okay to stand up for yourself. It's okay to have an opinion, even if some people don't like it. And you can still be kind in the process, and you don't need to name call, and you don't need to, you know, be disrespectful to people just because you disagree with their practices, right? And so from the bottom of my heart, I want to extend just kindness to everyone that is, you know, even if you're saying something like negative or mean to me or about me, whatever, in front of me behind the scenes.
It's all love, baby.
I genuinely want nothing but the best for you guys. The people that are selling this, even, I just genuinely want the best for you. You can literally reach me, beat me, call me, text me, whatever.
Girl, here's my dream outcome. My dream outcome. The people selling these courses, stop selling the courses, and then use what they learned from selling these courses and from the courses to sell courses that they made that do not have master resale rights. Yes. I think that is the optimal outcome.
Yes. And I just wish the best for them. I really do. And I want to extend nothing but kindness their way. Anyone that has a different opinion than me or maybe believes something that I don't, right? And that's just like with anything. You know, there's always going to be people that have different opinions than you. And I want to see them do well. And I want to I think this is the year we can have an opinion and still be kind and be adults, right?
Period.
Right. And the second thing is if you made it this far in the episode.
You're a real one.
We wanted to extend a little gift to you.
Yes. Oh my, I can't believe I almost forgot.
We were talking with our friends at Lightheart today, our coffee shop friends and our renters and everyone at the studios. And
we were like, you guys, I just hate that we can't help these people, like people who have taken these courses and feel like wronged by them. I wish we could help them more. And then I was wait a second.
I'm not kidding when I say, you guys, there is 3 figures, like 100 plus people in my DMs that have told me that they want a refund from a course like this. They were duped or they felt like deceived in some way.
They felt like what the course they got wasn't what was advertised.
Absolutely. And there's nothing that I can do. They're like, can you help me? Like I can't help you do anything, right? So I want to just give you guys a little something. We wanted to offer you.
If you have bought one of these courses for $497, $387, whichever one it is, if you have bought one of these courses and you feel like it was not what was promised to you, you feel like you regret buying it, you feel like you would like a refund, even if you know obviously you can't get one, reach out to us and we will give you a $497 coupon to the Lightheart website shop. Or a $387 coupon.
For whatever you want, whatever you want to learn.
It's honestly, it's the least we could do.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, we can't afford to refund everybody because that would be so much money. But if you reach out to us,
I feel bad.
I feel so bad. Well, and because the thing is too is like, obviously, I would like to do more than just like sit on our podcast and be like, this is wrong. People shouldn't do this. Yeah. So if you have been wronged by this, if you have purchased one of these courses and you would like a refund, then reach out to us. We will give you a coupon equal to whatever you spent on the course for our website. Obviously, it's not going to fix everything, but we would like you, if you spent all this money on a course, we would like you to at least get a course that, I think will help. And so
we don't teach you how to like sell digital products or anything, but I can teach you how to do lashes.
Yeah, we can teach you how to do lashes. So if you want to learn how to do lashes,
I can't teach you how to make $1 million in a month, but I can teach you mega volume.
We can teach you mega volume. And so if you want to learn that,
I can teach you wispy sets.
Reach out. We'll give you a coupon that is valid for any of our digital education products, any course or ebook we sell, and that's that.
And until next time, we love you guys.
We love you so much.
We're so thankful for you.
Honestly, we have the best community in the world.
The best.
Everyone has been so nice to us. I am so grateful. So nice. You are so kind. I love all of you. I want to give all of you a big kiss.
I'm your wife.
I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, no kisses from me, only hugs.
No, I want to kiss you guys all too.
Yeah,
Okay, we love you guys.
All right, love you so much.
Thank you for tuning in. Until next time.
Bye, besties.